Okay, I hope you hear this. Sorry about the weird background noise. But I live in a new development house, so that's the neighbor's plumbing. This is a video response to Joe Primal, who's asked me about these pilot's bread. It's a modern form of hardtack used in Alaska under the brand name Sailor Boy Pilot's Bread in a navy blue box with white printing. Originally as a food product that would endure the rigors of air transport, early bush pilot kind of transport throughout Alaska. Sailor Boy Pilot's Bread differs from hardtack because it has leavening, baking powder, and it has vegetable shortening. It's a lot softer to eat and to chew. And why they call these pilot breads, because you're in the open pit of an airplane going about 175 miles an hour. Try that with a saltine. That's why they call it pilot's bread. Pilots can eat it. Still tough enough and intact. You hear that. It's very tough. Not tough as original hardtack. Those are teeth breakers. Okay. Those were horrible. Those will break your teeth. These aren't. These are fairly um, tough, but they're edible. You can bite into them and you can chew them. Okay, let me put the cracker away. Cracker. Or I'll put it in this hand. Anyway, in Canada, they have three forms. One's from Newfoundland. It's called Petit Pan or Peen. No, I think it's Pond. Pan. Petit Pan. It's a hard bread. If you think this was tough, try eating one of those little round, like a dinner roll kind of hard bread. It's called Petit Pan. It's used in fish stews and in fish soups, and I guess it's kind of like it soaks up the liquid when you cook the fish. Add raw fish, potatoes, carrots, onions, bay leaf seasoning, a little garlic, white wine, um, and you cook it for about an hour, I think. Very popular with the guys with the red hats. Voyagers, I think it was Voyagers. Let me put this down. Get some water. Okay, the other one, similar to this, was a company, I think, in the middle part of Canada. It was in business until about 2008. It was taken over by the Canadian Nabisco Corporation in 2008, and they quit making them. No profit, they said. This led to an outcry by a lot of angry Canadians living in the bush, and they brought it back for a couple of years, and I think after 2 years they took it off again. Third one, it's a round biscuit, but it has more sugar, more fat content. It's a biscuit, not a cracker, not a bread, like an English biscuit, which is more of a cookie. It's more of a shortbread cookie. Now that's in Canada. In Alaska, it's called Sailor Boy's Pilot Bread. Reason was it was for bush pilots, people living in the wilderness that can't bake bread or have bread because of the long winter and difficulties in transporting. You try to raise bread in 0 degrees or below 0 degrees. It's really hard. Only difference from the old hardtack is this has leavening, baking powder, and it has vegetable shortening. They have different forms of it. Like in Hawaii, they have Saloon Boy, which is similar to this one. Okay, but smaller. And that was used in Hawaii and throughout the South Pacific. It came in two sizes. It came in large and small. It was used by the natives, missionaries, I know. And then a lot of people who wanted cracker or bread. The small one was used and certain services by the Catholic Church for their wine and bread ritual. So, anyway, I hope that answers your question, Joe Primal, because I tried to type it back on YouTube, and damn YouTube folks keep putting comment not, failed to receive. Comment is not longer listed. Comment is not there, or something like that. Anyway, a big thing about these is a lot of people in the north carry these. And I was lucky to find this. This is really hard to find in the lower 48. In my area, the big grocery store, box store, Winco, carries this. See all the little holes? That's why they call it pilot's bread. Or in the old days, ship's biscuit. But that's for pilots because mostly it's used in planes. Anyway, um, Winco is a big box store that carries a lot of bin foods, also Whole Foods and stuff you could get it from a bin. This came from a bin. Cost a pound, $3.95, almost $4 for a pound of these crackers. So it's pretty scarce. And yes, we could blame capitalism on this hubcap or hubcap, hubby, the cat guy. Okay, so we could blame this on the capitalists. All right, but it just drives you nuts. It's basic survival skills. Prepper should pick this up. So anyway, now I gotta keep this short. So catch you later, boys and girls. Have a nice night.